area of business that doesn't get enough attention, I think, is inventory or stock on hand. So if you're in a business where you sell widgets, for instance, then you need to keep track of the cost of the widget to you, and then the quantum of widgets that you've got on hand. How many have you got sitting on the shelf ready to sell? And then when sales do occur, how many have you sold? So if you've got an accurate reporting perpetual inventory system, an online version that can connect with your accounting package like Xero, this can automate a lot of that. And then on a monthly basis, for instance, you take out the report from the perpetual inventory system, print that off, and mark it against what you physically count to ensure that the system and the physical count are in line and they match. It's really important to keep track of your inventory, because not only are you keeping track of the cost, but you can look at the margins as well. You can have a look at each individual widget that might be slightly different to each other and see what your margin is on each individual widget. And if you've got a poor performing widget that's bringing the entire your entire profit down, then you can iron that one out and either get rid of it and just keep with your high performing widgets, or find a way that it might be cost cutting to be able to increase the margin on that widget. If somebody asks for discount, do you know how much you've got, how much margin you've got in it, how much room, how much wiggle room you've got? Have you got old stock that's sitting in there in your system and on your shelf that needs to go, that needs to be sold? Because that is money, dead money, effectively. So it is really important to make sure that your stock on hand is current and up to date, and that you also need to have a look at how many days it's taking for your stock to sell. So how long is it sitting on the shelf? From the day that you purchase it and you've paid for it, what is the gap before you actually get paid for it? And the difference between that is significant, and you need to be keeping an eye on it, because if you've got stock on that shelf that is very old and obsolete, it's going to drag out the date until you get paid, and your cash flow is going to be affected significantly. So if you don't already, get yourself a perpetual inventory system, connect it with your accounting package, and make sure that you are doing regular, preferably monthly if not more, stock takes, physical stock takes, and comparing it to what your system is saying.